Hi, welcome back to the channel. So my name is Iona and today we're talking about dating younger men in your 20s, in your 30s, and in your 40s. Dating a guy in your 20s, a younger guy in your 20s, isn't so much of a big deal unless your maturity levels really are, of opposite spectrum. The reason why is when you're dating a younger guy in your 20s, you're not looking for someone to marry. You're kind of just figuring out who you are and who you look for, what kind of values you look for in a partner. So dating in your 20s, unless it's a massive 10 plus years age gap, it doesn't really matter. And plus, if you're in your 20s and you're dating someone 10 years younger than you, you have to figure out if that's even legal. So that's dating a guy in your 20s. Now dating a younger guy in your 30s, that's where it becomes a little bit tricky, because if you're a woman, chances are you're looking for someone to settle down with and start a family. And in your 30s, your biological clock, let's face it, starts to tick. Even if you freeze your eggs, right? You have to start thinking about the future, especially as you get into your mid-30s and your late 30s. So if you're dating a younger guy in your mid-30s to your late 30s, you also want to consider the age difference, but more so life stage. So a guy who's maybe 25 or 28, and let's say you're 38, 39, that might seem like a huge age gap. But if that guy is ready for a commit and have children right away, then the age difference doesn't matter so much. So it really is about where they are in life, whether you guys want the same thing. So if you're in your mid-30s and your late 30s, you don't want to waste time. So you want to figure out where that guy is at. So that's another thing to be mindful of. Another thing to be wary of is men in their early 30s and in their late 20s have in the back of their mind that if they're dating someone in that age bracket, if they're dating a woman mid-30s to late 30s, that's what they're going to want. So they anticipate that topic's going to come up anyway, sooner or later. And that age, you don't really want to just mess around and date these guys for 6 months to a year, because that's a lot of time wasted. So that's dating in your 30s. That would be my main tip, that you're looking for someone, if that's what you want, to have a family with, to consider their life stage, regardless of the age. I mean, you might meet someone who's in their late 30s and don't know if they want to have kids, right? So, all depends on the person. Then dating in your 40s. Now this is where age difference doesn't really matter at all, especially if you're in your 40s and you've said that you don't want kids, you don't want the whole marriage thing, or maybe you've done it before. So you've gotten married and you've had kids already and you're just looking for a companion, or you're just looking for some lighthearted fun. This is where the age difference doesn't matter. I mean, as long as it's legal, right? But the biggest tip, I guess, would be to lay out expectations for both parties. So if you're dating in your 40s and you don't want anything serious, to let the guy know, because if you're dating someone in their 30s, early 30s, they might want a family. They might want to get married. So it's really important to lay out those expectations. Plus, if you're dating in your 40s, the chances are you would have other commitments. So you might have children, and because of that, your love life may not always be the first priority. Your children might come first, or there might be weekends where you just don't have time for your younger guy that you're dating. So it's really important to set those expectations out. So those are my key tips in dating within each decade for dating a younger man. Did you find this helpful? Do you agree? Do you have any other tips to add? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment or subscribe. If you want me to cover anything else, just send me an email. I do respond to them in due time. I do have a newborn, so it might take me a little while, but I will get to them eventually. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.